What's up, everybody? Welcome, early birds, to week 3 of the NFL season. Of course, we had that wonderful Thursday night game that we've already discussed, but a freebie this morning at 9:30 between the Baltimore Ravens and Jacksonville Jaguars, or the London Jaguars in today's case. So, let's dive right into it. This is going to be an interesting one. I realistically feel that those of you who are going to sleep in through this probably won't care that you did. But at the same time, those who got up will be glad that they did because, hey, it's more football. You get that extra game in this week. It always seems to be worth it. But let's just dig right in to the matchup at hand. We got Ravens and Jags. 2-0 Ravens, 1-1 Jags. Both teams technically on an away game, the way that I see it here. But one of these teams makes this trip every year, so we'll get into that in a little bit and see if I think that has an effect on how this game plays out. But Ravens are 2-0, looking to stay 3-0 in a division that they surprisingly all of a sudden look like they have a chance to win, depending on how the Steelers continue doing. I still think it's the Steelers' division to win, don't get me wrong. But the way Cincinnati has looked, it looks Ravens, they're sitting pretty at being the only contender to that division as it stands right now. Pardon me, guys. Jaguars are in somewhat of a similar position, actually. Although they didn't look very good against the Titans last week. So they've been a Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde case so far. They're playing in a division with my beloved Colts, who are probably on the verge of losing to the Browns today. We'll get into that later. We'll do all the previews later. I'm going to do some with your boy Sean B. We're going to do all the primetime stuff as solo as their own individual episodes. The 1 and 4 o'clock slates we will do together. But of course, for my fellow Colts fans out there and you lucky Browns fans who are going to have yourselves quite a day, we will also be digging into that game separately because it's my football team and I'll do solos if I want to. Anyway, back to the lecture at hand. Jags, Ravens, what's going down here? This spread, for those of you who listened to the Thursday night game, this is going to sound very familiar. We have the Ravens as a 3-point favorite here, so they are at the -3 on the spread. So the over-under is 38 this time instead of 40. And let's knock that one out of the way first. I went with the under for the Thursday night game, and anyone who watched that game or heard our podcast about it knows how wrong I was. The over under, it was a push at halftime. So despite everything in my being telling me to take the under this morning, if I were punching that ticket, I would go ahead and just take that over. It's gonna be a sloppy morning out in London. This time, I'm just gonna understand that it will mean some points. So let's take the over this time. That's what I'm going. I'll save my prediction. I'll save my pick for the actual winner and the spread here. Let's talk a little bit more about these two teams. The Ravens are looking a little better offensively than I thought they would going into it, but let's hold the phone so far. The Bengals haven't been, or the Browns, sorry, who they played last week, and the Bengals. So week 1, not the greatest measuring sticks to use, right, when you're figuring out how good your team is. So let's see, because that Jaguars defense looked great in week 1, looked awful in week 2. So the Ravens offense, it's not a powerhouse. That's obvious. So while it has been a little better than I expected it to, we'll see. I think that book is still yet to be written for the Ravens this year, and the Jaguars do have a talented defense. So conversely, will the Jaguars offense stay on the field long enough to keep their defense fresh and keep them effective against Joe Flacco and the Ravens? That is the real question for me. I expect a lot of Fournette today, just a lot of a lot of ground and pound from Jacksonville. I again expect you to only see Blake Bortles drop back about 20 times. You're going to see that as much of this season as you can, as the Jags can afford to show it to you. They don't want to throw the ball until they have a quarterback that they actually want. But we'll see. You can't. You find yourself down 13 or 17 points in the first half. You can't hold to that. Now, I do not foresee that. I do not foresee this game playing out that way. But I'm human. We've all been wrong before. I think this will be a close one, guys. I'm gonna go ahead and just wrap this up. Let's get it done. We got a lot more games to get to today. So the spread here, we got Ravens as 3-point favorites. I'm saying no. I am saying Jacksonville Jaguars, the new London Jaguars, are gonna take this one down today. Mainly because this team has done this before. We've got, the Ravens, they don't come out here every year. And I think these teams, the fact that it's only a 3-point spread, shows you how close these teams really are. And I'm going to take the team that travels to London every single year, that has their routine down, that this is old hat for them. They know what they're doing. I'm going to say that's worth at least a touchdown to me today, this morning. So I am taking the Jags to not only beat the spread, but actually to win the game. So that's my pick there, guys. Of course, we will be back with more predictions later, and of course, our wrap-ups with an NFL Abridged Week 3 will be coming at the very least by Tuesday once all the games are done. But we may break it down for you and go into some of these games a little more in depth. You guys will notice we've been doing these Madden simulations, these predictions, to go along, to have a little video to go with these podcasts. So eventually I'll start actually referencing the fact that these are on the screen, and we may actually discuss them a little bit and see what's going on. But for right now, it's just a little something there to it's a little better than just staring at a picture for 5 minutes while I gab at you. So you guys have any requests for some game footage or anything like that, feel free to hit us up. We love the feedback, and we love you guys. We're going to keep giving you good work, and we'll talk to you soon. Of course, find us everywhere at Bad Dinner Guests. Peace.